Hi everybody, my name is Paula, and I'd like to welcome you back to my Real Polish Fanatic little corner of YouTube. Thank you so much for stopping in and spending some of your day with me. Do appreciate you being here. Today is Little Box of Horrors Day for November 2025. I have 3 new polishes and a reanimation to share with you today. I have 1 from Victorian Varnish that is new. I have 2 from What Addiction that is new, and 1 reanimation from What Addiction. Victorian Varnish also has a reanimation this month, but I do not have that one, so I can't show it to you. So the theme for November is heavy metal bands. Not a big fan of heavy metal. Now, one of these polishes is inspired by Ozzy, of course. Everybody knows Ozzy Osborne, and I do know his songs. I like some of his songs, but otherwise not a really big fan of heavy metal music, but should still be a fun theme to go through. So if you're not familiar with Little Box of Horrors, you can find them at lbofhorrors.com. I will link that in the description box down below of this video, along with their Facebook groups. And it is a monthly collaboration where a bunch of different makers come together and create something around a central theme. And as I said, November's theme is heavy metal bands. A lot of items will have caps. If you're not familiar with what a cap is, that is a number of items that a maker thinks that they would be able to make for that sales window. So all of mine I'm gonna show you today do have caps. So say it's a cap of 200. That means that that is what the maker is prepared to make during the open window. And once they sell out, they could very well be gone. So if you ever see anything that you really, really want that has a cap, you may want to be there as close to opening as you can be. Sometimes makers can go in and raise their cap. It just depends. And so it's never a guarantee, but sometimes they can go and increase that cap. So for the Little Box of Horrors, every month they have the exact same dates, that it is a monthly collab. And Wishlisting always starts on the 19th of every month at about noon Pacific time. And the store will open on the 22nd, also at noon Pacific time, and it closes on the 30th. Same dates every month. So that's all the business. So excited to show you these. I love all these polishes I'm going to show you today. So let's go ahead. We will just turn the camera around and we're going to jump into Little Box of Horrors for November 2025. All right, we are going to start with Victorian Varnish for this month. I have just 1 polish from Victorian Varnish to show you. It's going to be a new one with the theme heavy metal bands. She is going to have a reanimation called Living in a Lunar Spell, but I don't have that one, so I can't show it to you. But what I do have to show you from Victorian Varnish is this beauty. There's her logo, this beautiful reflective glitter. Gorgeous, so, so pretty, look at that. This one is called Prince of Darkness. And it is described, the inspiration is Ozzy Osbourne's tribute album, and that inspiration was provided by Nate Hammer at My Guy Nails, one of her swatchers, I do believe. Prince of Darkness was described as a black base, intense purple to red aurora shimmer, and silver reflective. So pretty. This one is going to be $14 with a cap of $150. Don't mind Ruby. She likes to feel included sometimes. And here's that one on the swatch wheel. We have it right here in 1 coat. This is 2 coats. This is 3 coats with a matte top coat. Very nice. Let's go in and put on a 3rd coat here. So this is a black base with that intense purple to red aurora shimmer, and then those little silver reflective glitters twinkling through. This is so pretty. Nice and smooth in that 1st coat. The 1st coat doesn't show off that purple shimmer nearly as much as the 2nd and 3rd coats. It really comes alive. Mainly that's what I see is purple, but you can kind of see it as I move this around. I can see a little bit of red also in there. Let me go ahead and get this on my nail. I'll put that right here. Here goes our 1st coat. Victorian Varnish bottles are 17 milliliters. And her brushes are very nice, wide rounded paddle brushes. So here we have that one in just one coat. Very smooth, very nice. Loving that purple shimmer in there. We'll build that up as we go along. So that's all I have from Victorian Varnish. So the next one I have to show you comes from What Addiction. And What Addiction has got 2 new polishes for this month and then a reanimation, which I do have, I can show you. So this first one here, this one is called Symphony of Destruction. This one is inspired by the band Megadeth, and it was described as a deep teal base filled with flakes that flash blue and green, micro green holographic glitter, and micro silver holographic tinsel. So there's some little bitty holographic bar glitters in there. Are you seeing those? Very fun. And that one on the swatch wheel, we have right here in 1 coat. This is 2 coats, 3 coats matte. Very pretty, again, nice and smooth in that first coat. Beautiful teal base. Let's go in and we'll put on our 3rd coat here. Very, very fun. I think that's one of those bar glitters sticking up there. There we go. Very pretty. I'll get that one on my nail. Put that one right here. We go in a first coat. What Addiction polishes are 15 milliliters in size, and this one will be $13.50 with a cap of 50. Very pretty. We'll have to build that up in a second coat. And then the second new polish from What Addiction is this pretty one here. Look at those flakes. This one is called Mosh Pit Moss. And this one was inspired by the band Blackwater Burial. It was described as a forest green base filled with purple, pink, gold, orange, fuchsia flakes and a touch of small particle holographic pigment. This one also $13.50 with a cap of 50. Loving those shifting flakes. Gorgeous. And that one on the swatch wheel we have right here in 1 coat. This is 2 coats, 3 coats matte. If you've been here before, you know I'm gonna say, love a flaky with a matte top coat. Very, very fun. Let's put on a 3rd coat right here. What Addiction also has very nice wide rounded paddle brushes, in case you are not familiar. So here's that one now. 1 coat, 3 coats, 3 coats matte. After we get these all on the swatch wheels and on my nails, I'll go through and gloss them up, and then we will take a final look at everything, look at them over black, give you bottle shots, all that good stuff there at the end. It's very pretty. Let's get this one on my nail right here. Here goes our first coat. There it is, just in 1 coat. This looks to be kind of a jelly finish, so you can definitely still see nail line through there. So we will build that up, see how many coats we need for that one. And then What Addiction is also gonna have a reanimation polish. I didn't put this one on the swatch wheel, but I will put it here on my nail. This one is called Knockin's Lure. This was from December 2024. That's when it was first issued. What a reanimation polish is it's just a polish that a maker has had in a past box, and they are able to bring them back now and then to sell again. So this is this month's reanimation from What Addiction. And Knockin's Lure was described as a deep denim blue base filled with aqua shimmer, copper and brown micro glitters. This one was inspired by the Knockin, which is a Norwegian folklore of an eerie male creature that dwells in rivers, ponds, and lakes. This one's gonna be $12.50 with a cap of 50. So I don't have that on the swatch wheel to show you, but I will put it here on my nail. Put that one here. Here we go in our first coat. This is my bottle that was sent to me back in December. If you want to see more about this one, you could always go back and look at my December 2024 Little Box of Horrors video. Then you'll be able to see it going on the swatch wheel, all that good stuff. Very nice. All right, let's come through and do second coats. So we're gonna start with the Victorian Varnish, Prince of Darkness. There it is, just in one coat. Very, very nice. You will need at least two though, because I can see my nail line if I hold my nail up a little bit. So let's go in and put on, plus the second coat really lets that purple shimmer come through. Two is all you're gonna need though. So this is a very, very dark, it has that black base, but then you can see that pretty strong purple shimmer and then all the little twinkles from the reflective glitter. Don't know why I moved that. And then the first one up from What Addiction was Symphony of Destruction. There's that one in just one coat. Let's put on our second. That deepens that up beautifully. Adds in even more flakes. Very, very pretty. I think two coats would probably be enough for this one. I'm not sure if you could still see your nail line through there or not. I'm not really seeing it under these bright lights, but there that is in two coats. Gorgeous. And then What Addiction's second new polish is Mosh Pit Moss. There it is, just in one. Put on our second coat. Very pretty. I love this shade of green. That does look pretty color accurate right there too. The shade of green with those shifting flakes. Very pretty. And we'll put on a second coat of the Reanimation Knockin's Lure. There it is, just in one coat. And there we have our second coat. I think you'll be good with two coats with this one too. Very pretty. I don't think you'll need third coats for any of these. I'll go through though and just show you what a third coat would look like on all of them. So the Victorian Varnish, Prince of Darkness. I'm going to put a very thin third coat because I really don't think you need this one. I don't want to make it too thick. Beautiful. And then we had Symphony of Destruction from What Addiction. There it is in just two coats. Put on our third. Gorgeous, beautiful, deep teal. I can see lots of little green glitters. Those very fine little bar glitter twinkle through a little bit. They're holographic. Very fun. And then Mosh Pit Moss. Here's that one in 2. Put on a 3rd. And there's that one in 3 coats. Love. These 2 together, very pretty. What Addiction always coordinates her polishes so nicely. If she has 2 in a collab box, love that. And then even her Reanimation goes so well with them. So here's Knockin's Lure. This is the Reanimation from last December. I'm gonna put on a 3rd coat. There it is, very deep blue. What does she call this? A deep denim blue. I could see that. Just a very deep navy kind of blue, I would say, also. So here are the polishes that I had to show you for this month's Little Box of Horrors. The first one here from Victorian Varnish, Prince of Darkness. And then these 2 are new ones from What Addiction? Symphony of Destruction, first one, and Mosh Pit Moss. And then her Reanimation there of Knockin's Lure. Very pretty. All right, I'm gonna go through, put on top coats, and we'll come back and take a final look, show bottle shots over black, all that good stuff. All right, let's take some final looks at these beautiful polishes for Little Box of Horrors November 2025. Heavy metal bands is the theme. First up, we had this beauty from Victorian Varnish. So pretty. This one is called Prince of Darkness. Here it is in 1 coat. This is 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Loving this dark base with that very strong purple to red aurora shimmer, and then the silver reflectives. The shimmer, I will say, I'm mostly seeing as purple. When I go up at a very extreme angle, I am getting the red though. Loving this dark deepened purple. Here's that one on me in 3 coats with a glitter grabber and a glossy top coat. The glitter grabber and glossy top coat I used today were from Apocalypse Polish, and the matte top coat I used today is, I think, a mixture of Ribbit Stickets with a little bit of Orly thrown in. I kind of mix them as they start to get low, but that is what that is. This is so pretty. So here we have Prince of Darkness in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. The glossy one does have a glitter grabber with that reflective glitter. You might need it. You might be good enough just to double up on a top coat. This one comes to us from Victorian Varnish. This one's gonna be $14 with a cap of 150. This is a 17 milliliter size bottle. And to see that one over black, it's not that much different. That one's right here, just 1 coat over a black swatch wheel with a glitter grabber and a glossy top coat. Very similar. Love this. I love that really strong purple shimmer in there. So good. That's all I have from Victorian Varnish. And then What Addiction's first polish that I showed you is this one right here. This was Symphony of Destruction. Here we have it in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Since I had the glitter grabber, I went ahead and put that on before the glossy top coat. It's not needed. You do not need a glitter grabber, but I just plumped it up a little bit more. I do like doing that, even if it's not needed. It just really adds like plumpness and juiciness to the nail. So here is that one. This is so pretty with those flakes and those little bitty hollow bar glitters. I'm not often a fan of bar glitter, but when they're very tiny like this and holographic, I can forgive them. It actually adds a little bit of interest to it. It's very pretty. Loving it with the matte top coat also. Really gets those flakes popping out. Here's that one on me in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Love. This one's probably my favorite from this set that I showed you today. And this one is Symphony of Destruction. 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. This one comes from What Addiction. What Addiction polishes are 15 milliliters. This one's gonna be $13.50 with a cap of 50. And to look at that one over black, that just leaves all the little green and blue flakes. And then the little twinkles, very, very sparse twinkles of that holographic bar glitter. Very pretty. There's that one. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And then the second new polish from What Addiction is this beauty right here. This one is Mosh Pit Moss. Here we have it in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And again, I did put that glitter grabber down first, but it is not at all needed. All these flakes lay so smoothly, but it does give just a little bit of plumpness there to that nail. Very pretty. Love the shifting flakes in this one, and that green, it's like a grassy green. Let's see, that looks color accurate right there over the black. Very pretty grassy green. That one on me is right here in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Gorgeous. And this one is Mosh Pit Moss. 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. That one comes to us from What Addiction. This one also is $13.50 with a cap of 50. And that one over black just really leaves all those beautiful flakes behind. It's very pretty over that black too. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And then What Addiction's Reanimation polish, I don't have on a swatch wheel. This one's Knockin's Lure. And that one is right here on me in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Very pretty. If you'd rather have this bottle shot here, is zoomed in a little bit. There's Knockin's Lure, 3 coats with a glossy top coat and a glitter grabber, but again, glitter grabber is not needed. But I had it open, so I just put it on everything. And then we had Mosh Pit Moss, beautiful grass green with those color shifting flakes from What Addiction. And Symphony of Destruction, 3 coats, glitter grabber, glossy top coat from What Addiction. Gorgeous. And from Victorian Varnish, we had Prince of Darkness. On me, 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Beautiful, look at that purple shimmer, so good. All right, that's what I have to show you for the Little Box of Horrors for November 2025. Here they all are together. Beautiful offerings this month. All right, let's go ahead and turn the camera around. We will finish this up. All right, so those were the polishes that I have to show you for the Little Box of Horrors for November 2025. Once again, you can find it at lbofhorrors.com. I will link that in the description box of this video, along with the Facebook group. Gorgeous, gorgeous polishes this month. We had this beautiful blackened with the purple shimmer, purple to red shimmer from Victorian Varnish. This one's $14 with a cap of 150. So pretty, there it is on me, gorgeous. And then the 2 new ones from What Addiction. These are $13.50 each with a cap of 50 each. Beautiful, beautiful. And here's those 2 on me. Gorgeous. And then the Reanimation, I don't have on a swatch wheel, but there it is on me, 3 coats. Knockin's Lure, $12.50 for that one with a cap of 50. Love, 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 love all of these this month as usual. These two just knock it out of the park every single month. So I'd like to give a huge thank you and shout out to Tammy from Victorian Varnish and Anna from What Addiction for sending these to me as gifted PR. Even though it's gifted PR, all thoughts, views, and opinions are always my own. And I would like to give a big shout out to all of you who watched my video today. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Whatever is on your mind, what did you think of these polishes? Do you have a favorite? I don't know, these are all beautiful. I love that purple shimmer in the Victorian Varnish. And then that first one from What Addiction, there on my middle finger. Symphony of Destruction. Love that, beautiful. So tomorrow I will take these little swatch crowns outside in the natural light and show them off that way also. I will put a quick video showing them off after my goodbyes of this video, which I'm going to do right now. Thanks once again for stopping in and spending some of your day with me. I really, really do appreciate you being here. But I do hope you enjoyed this video, but I'm just gonna say goodbye for now.